Welcome to Music's the Hang Up. We're looking at the news of March 29th, 2019. At the end of this episode, I have a surprise. It's going to be the perfect way for you to get informed about all the vinyl, cassettes, and concerts. All in one location. And that'll be at the end of the video. First up, concerts. I talked about this last week. Night Tempo, he had a release for his album Showa Groove in Japan. It was at the Wink. There was a release show on the 24th and the 26th. It looks like it was a cool show. Next, Young Bae. July 6th, he's having a concert in LA with Flamingosis, Party Pupils, and Night Tempo. I'll keep talking about this until the show comes up. The last I checked, about 90% of the tickets did go on sale already. And each ticket's about $23. So if that's something you really want to see and you're in the LA area, July 6th, go check it out at the Fonda. And that's all for concerts at the moment. So let's look at releases. First up, Ducat, New Retro. It's going to be a new cassette that comes out late April 2019. Alan Westfall from Correspect label, huge label if you don't know him. He says, quote, "Could this be top 10 for 2019? It could be." So he obviously had a chance to listen to this already and had an opinion. I think that's kind of a weak opinion. Could this be top 10? More hype should be around that, especially coming from Ducat. So I'll throw one out there and say, this is going to be top 10 for 2019. Gotta check it out. Next up, Desert Sand Feels Warm at Night. And yes, that's an artist's name. He came out last year with a album very mysterious in sound. It's all Japanese characters, so I can't pronounce it, but he came out with a sequel, and that was released on Seikomart, huge Japanese label. That's available for digital download and listening on Bandcamp, so definitely go check that out. It's in the show notes. Kretzsch, and I know I'm pronouncing it wrong because we've talked about it before, but I haven't had a chance for him to say the actual word. Kretzsch came out with a new album. It's more of an EP. First Moonlight on Spotify. It's got 4 tracks. Pretty short EP. If you've been following him, you'll definitely like this music. It's great to see it's on Spotify. Go check it out. Next up, chill synth, chill wave artist Forhill comes out with a new album, Figments. Quote, "Hey y'all, have an album coming out on cassette via Stratford Ct. It's a collection of 10 of my releases, including collabs with Unfound and Hotel Pools. Preorder is up now and released April 5th. A digital version is up on my Bandcamp." So if you're into Forhill and you've been following him, April 5th, the cassette comes out. Go ahead and grab that. Link will be in the description. One of my favorites, Sparkly Night, he released a new single, Make It Right. And I really dig it. It's on his SoundCloud. You can check it there. And here's a little sound clip. Next up, BIGWAVE. He released a new song, Kimochi. I got permission to play it. It's on his SoundCloud. Check it out. Awesome song. Definitely go check it out. Really like his music. He's got a huge following on SoundCloud. And I'm definitely interested in seeing how he goes 2019 with Future Funk. I definitely should contact him for an interview, I think. He's definitely on a list. I'm sure everyone had a chance to see this one floating around Twitter. Tanuki. He releases 2 versions of his album. Japanese words, I can't pronounce it. The first sets of the Baby edition, which has Loom on the front, sells out in 15 minutes. Incredible. For a vinyl release, awesome. Obviously the artwork is selling this one because the limited edition, which is a pink and the original artwork, it's still available after, 3 days? So I think that definitely shows you if you're trying to make an album and you want to put it on media, album art has a big influence on the future funk scene. And a lot of people will determine if they want to purchase that, especially since Gloom is in it, but you get the idea. If you do want the pink edition, it is still available. Last I checked, it was $5. So, yeah, check it out. On top of all that, tonight, March 29th at 4 p.m., HATENA, he's releasing a new album on cassette, Contract Floor. And this is released with Aloe City Records, another Vaporwave record label. I've been friends with HATENA for a bit and definitely have him on the list to interview soon. We've known each other for about 2 years, and I'm very proud of how he's been moving up in this scene. Awesome to see that he's got on cassette. I definitely support him, so you guys should too, and go check out that cassette and purchase it when it comes out today. And that's all for releases for now. There are other releases, but we'll get into how you could find those soon. As with all weekly updates, I do like to go into the other category. Not too much going on this week that caught my eye, but on Reddit, on our Vaporwave, someone did post a flowchart for Vectroid, the person behind the Macintosh Plus record. So you can check out all the type of music that fits under that umbrella. There's a good listing on Reddit of the exact flow in each album, so you can check those out. It's interesting. I like it because it lets you, check out some more music. You want to start off with Floral Shop and then go into some synth pop or experimental or music. You get a little chance to taste a little bit of everything. So that's pretty much it that caught my eye. As for Music's the Hang Up, this project in itself, I'm starting to make things a little more serious, and I started doing daily updates. So what does that mean? Well, if you're on YouTube and you're watching this right now, you're seeing thus far this week I posted 4 daily updates. And in those single posts, I post whenever there's a cassette being released, if a vinyl is being released, and concerts. So every day as I get more news, I put that kind of information out there. And to accompany it, something that's brand new to the website, something that everyone's going to want to check out 100%, is a calendar. And what does that mean? This calendar is going to keep up to date daily updates as I find them of new Future Funk and Vaporwave news. That's going to be including the cassettes and vinyl releases on the exact day that they release. Also concerts. Okay, so for example, yesterday, the 28th, there was 4 cassettes released. 4 cassettes released that maybe not everybody had a chance to hear of. And on this calendar, you know right away what cassettes are going to be released, what vinyl is going to be released, and if there's a concert that day and where. The other thing I'm doing is you get a chance to see the exact price and where to purchase it. So it's like an all-in-one stop location for you to know all events across the Vaporwave and Future Funk scene, and I think that's awesome. I'm going to do my best, the most diligence that I possibly can to keep that up to date and allow everyone to find the records and cassettes that they really want, especially from their artist, because a lot of people I think miss out and they don't know when things are going to release right away. And here we go. If there's any room for improvements on this, please let me know. I will try to make that as easy as possible. So if I did miss anything in this episode, it will definitely be on that calendar list. So go check it out. If you've been enjoying the show or you're new, come hang out with me on Discord. We're starting to get a pretty big community come together. We have a lot of the artists that I interview hanging out there. And I post daily updates there. I post cassettes in a quicker fashion. And it's just a cool place to hang out. If you're listening to this from the podcast, we do have a YouTube channel where I upload the most high quality interviews, the weekly Future Funk and Vaporwave updates like this episode here. And in the future, I think I'm going to start doing some music videos with some of the artists. I've been talking to some people and we have kind of a cool project that possibly be coming out in a couple of months. So definitely come over there and subscribe if you haven't. If you are watching this from YouTube, you can check this episode out and many others, all of our interviews, on the podcast, which is on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and Google Play Music. That way, if you're in your car and you're just chilling, get up to date on Future Funk. That's what this whole thing is about, Future Funk and Vaporwave. So, I think that's enough for this week. If I missed anything, like I said, you can hit me up on Instagram or Twitter and let me know. As your week goes by and you want to get some news, come check out the daily posts on musicstohangup.com. Thanks for hanging out. Cheers.